everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Love for Intuitive Astrology. So, my name is Michelle, and I'm an intuitive astrologer. And on this channel, I focus on personal development, spiritual growth, through astrology as a tool, and my intuition. And today, I will talk about the upcoming full moon in the sign of Aquarius, which will happen on the 9th of August 2025 at 16 degrees and 59 minutes. And I will start off with describing this full moon in general, and then we're going to dive into each and every single sign, so all the 12 signs. And I recommend you to watch first your rising sign. That's the most accurate. And for additional information, you can watch your sun sign and your moon sign. Okay. And I'm very excited because this upcoming full moon is full of brilliance. So let's dive into it. Let me get the chart up. So, first, we have to understand what the moon is in Aquarius, right? Because Aquarius is a sign of equality, innovation, it likes to experiment. And, at first, it doesn't really align so much with the moon, right? Because the moon is about emotions. And, Aquarius is an air sign. So, this is more about the intellect and reflecting. But at the same time, if you have those two together, your emotions can turn into excitement and new ideas. Okay. And what other special aspects we have? We're going to have a grand trine. Okay. And this grand trine is going to be in air. And it is from Pluto, and Pluto is retrograde in Aquarius. It's going to Mars in Libra and Uranus in Gemini. And, Mars and Uranus are both at 1 degree, and then Pluto is at 2 degrees. So this is a pretty tight ground trine, okay? And a ground trine is really just an easy flow. Now we have quite some intense planets, right? Because Pluto is quite intense, Mars can be quite intense, and Uranus is unexpected. But when we have a grand trine here, your tension, your excitement, your inner power is going to overflow. Okay, it's going to overflow. So you might have a new brilliant idea coming up that's going to change a lot of things in your life. Okay, so watch your ideas. It's a very exciting full moon. Okay, I feel like almost like jittering, like so many ideas, so much excitement. And then we also have Jupiter in a conjunction with Venus. And this is a slower energy, okay? Because the air trine is more exciting, right? And if there would be more slow planets there, it would be also sometimes it can be quite a lazy aspect, right? Things that come very natural, but I like that the intensity is there. So you're gonna, have this moment of empowerment, like things you want to achieve, right? And then we have Venus and Jupiter, and Venus is expanding everything it touches. So now it's expanding Venus. Venus likes love. It's in the sign of Cancer. So it's a wonderful time to spend with family, to spend in the home and relaxing, take a bath, treat yourself, go for a nice dinner. Okay. But watch for overindulgence. That's the only downside of this placement. Like it can be so nice, so fun. Maybe you want to buy something for yourself, like new clothes, things like that. But we also have, Mars in this ground trine in an opposition with Saturn. Okay. And Saturn is in Aries retrograde. And what Saturn and Mars opposition does is, don't go too fast. So you have this idea, and Saturn is like, wait a minute, you first have to make this idea very authentic to your personality. So, sometimes you can have a really good idea or like a breakthrough moment. And, you can do or create something that you think people like, But Saturn in Aries wants you to create something that is more in alignment with who you are, right? So it's bringing up insecurity sometimes and karmic lessons to show you how can you be actually your most authentic self, okay? So this is really a beautiful time to treat yourself in the best way possible, and also at the same time not to go overboard, because this opposition will kind of hold you back. We have Mercury retrograde still, and Mercury will station direct on the 10th of August. So it's not so intense anymore, but still be a little careful. There could be some miscommunications, but at the same time, because Mercury makes some beautiful aspects, right? It's in a sextile with Mars. So this is about doing, and it's in an opposition with Pluto retrograde. This is a wonderful time to do research, to dive into certain subjects. We also have Mercury retrograde in a trine with Saturn and Neptune. So here we go. This is such a good time for research. If you're into like deep subjects of spirituality, things like that, if you're into astrology because you're watching this video, this is such a nice time to take a deep dive into kind of forbidden subjects and bring out the truth. So you will see this aspect will also bring out some truths and maybe some shadow aspects even, but those shadow aspects are there for you to heal. So sometimes it's not a bad thing, right? To see something about yourself. It's really, how are you going to deal with it? Like, you can see it as something really threatening, right? Like, oh no, I don't want to face this. But if you do, you can overcome it and you can redirect it into something positive. So now is a really good time to go inward, to study something, to research something, right? And we have this grand trine in air. So this is a very curious alignment. We have a lot of curiosity. Maybe you want to read a book on the beach, right? And this book is going to give you so many insights. This is what this kind of placement does. Um, it's a really beautiful time to make your home very cozy. So if you want to buy some um, extra stuff in the house, right? But I do say watch out with electronics. So I would go more for pillows or paintings or something that symbolizes peace in the home, okay? Mars in Libra, of course, wants to get you a little bit out of balance, but Saturn is going to keep you in check, okay? Not too quick, not too soon. Create harmony around you. But there is just a lot of exploration, a lot of good stuff that can come to you, okay? Lucky breakthroughs, especially if you're, for example, if you're in real estate, the only thing is watch a few more days when Mercury retrograde is passing, when you sign any contracts. You can have a very healing time, like I said, with family, but it doesn't need to be just like blood family. This can also be your friends that feel like family, right? Like everybody has a different type of life. Spend time with your own family, your own created family, right? A holiday, like some of you are definitely going on a holiday this time, but a lot of good ideas. So bring your journal wherever you're going. If you can be at the beach or near a lake or near some water, this is the time to do that. Okay. But beautiful alignment, just feeling good. Okay. It could be a little bit unstable because we have fire here, we have air, we have water, but we have very little grounding. Okay, so we can get a bit overboard with everything, with sweets, maybe too much food, too many drinks, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? But just be careful that it doesn't become too much, and that you ground yourself a little bit. Like if you feel you're up in the air or you're like kind of unstoppable and you want to ground yourself a little bit, go into the park or go into nature. That's definitely going to help you. And Jupiter is already starting to be in a trine with the North Node in Pisces. That will be for the rest of the month. Such a positive aspect, right? And these also make a trine with Juno. And now I don't usually mention it, but this is really good for love as well. So for the ones that are single, this is a wonderful time. It's also a good time to spend with your partner and to just have this really beautiful time together. Okay. Um, a lot of healing, a lot of healing energy, and almost like you can see solutions, you can see opportunities, maybe where you didn't see opportunities before. Somehow things are opening up for you. So keep an open mind, but I really like this energy. It's beautiful, and a lot of you are going to find a new path, okay, a new destiny in where your north node is in Pisces, and check where Jupiter is in your chart. Okay, they're going to guide you because Jupiter likes to teach, like loves to guide, okay, you towards a new path. If you're into like tech stuff, like technology, um, engineers, things like that, right? Real estate, engineers, people in tech, people in fashion, you might have some really breakthrough moments, okay? It's a really good time for you. Or also, if you're an artist, if you're into art, you might develop something new. And some people even might develop something artsy online or doing some combination with that. But definitely some breakthrough moments. And I'm also hearing like a bit of exposure could happen, right? With some organizations that maybe you thought were helping out, because Pluto in Aquarius is going to expose like maybe NGOs who aren't really as ethic as you think they are. Um, the best is always to have direct, donations and things like that. But things could be exposed in those directions as well. But like I said, on a personal level, things can be exposed, but they're really just going to help you understand something. Sometimes when you understand certain truths that maybe are a bit painful, they also give you peace at the same time, because you're like, you know what? I always thought so, but now I have this confirmation. So I can kind of let it go and I can focus on, yeah, my own progress. So I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, it's such a good time, especially if you work online or you work in science. You can have some really major breakthroughs. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Good time. Okay, let's go to Aries. So this is for all my lovely Aries sun, moon, and rising. So for you, we have this full moon in Aquarius in your 11th house. And this is about your friendships. So it's a good time to spend with friends. It's a very creative time now, okay? You want to be inspired, you want to inspire others. You kind of have just this feeling of having a really good time. Okay, so this is a wonderful time for a lot of you Aries. Okay, you can kind of unwind. Some of you are gonna host friends in your home. You're gonna, spend lovely time at home, but also with your friends or family. Gathering with family, and it's going to give you a lot of inspiration, right? And this ground trine for you is in your 11th house, your third house, and your seventh house. So it could be that spending time with friends, maybe you're going on like a sudden trip with your partner, and you meet new people and they really transform you in ways that you didn't know that life could lead to. So some unexpected advice, movements. If you're in a business partnership, it could take like a new direction. You could go into almost like into new waters. Okay. You might find your dream home for some of you. Just wait until Mercury retrograde is over. You just have to wait a little bit longer. Okay. The 10th is stationing direct, and then you kind of want to get over the shadow period. So wait until like a week after, just to be safe. Saturn conjunct Neptune in your first house. And for some of you on your sun or on your moon. So this is really life changing. You might be really changing the way you see yourself, okay? Changing your identity, changing how you deal with your emotions. And sometimes Saturn restricts you and it kind of holds you back from stuff. So you have a time to like oversee it. Like, what can I change? How can you deal with situations in a better way? It just slows you down, right? So you don't make like impulsive decisions. It's going to make you think before you do something. So if you have any planets, especially around 1 degree, so between 0 and 5 degrees, you're going to be highly impacted by Saturn here. Look at that healing. And with Venus and Jupiter in your fourth house, you have a massive opportunity to heal any type of family situation. If there was any unrest or things like that, yeah, you could be healing that, and you could be it's really good time to accept where you are. Like, even if you want to move, sometimes accepting where you are opens new gateways to a new place if that's what you want to do. But I don't know, it's going to be such a good time for you. Only in partnerships, just make sure that you keep it real. There could be a little bit of arguments, but ultimately these arguments lead to new beginnings. So it's all for the better. Like, really brilliant new ideas. Pause. So sometimes pausing is bringing in new things, right? So accepting where you are instead of running, and thinking that it will come when you run. But sometimes it comes when you pause, when you take a break, right? Move. Like, some of you are definitely moving or you want to move. And this is also about moving your body, okay? Like, making sure that you keep moving your body. Spiritual insights, very vivid dreams, the North Node in Pisces in your 12th house. And now Jupiter is going to push your North Node already. So some of you are going to have very vivid dreams, and even there could be messages in your dreams. So make sure that you keep a journal where you write down all those dreams, okay? So yeah, that would be my message for you, my amazing Aries. Thank you so much for being here. And if you like this video, if you like my channel, subscribe to it so you're updated for more upcoming videos. And yeah, I so appreciate you. And until next time. So let's continue with Taurus. So Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For you, we have this full moon in Aquarius in your 10th house, and it's opposing the sun in your 4th house. And there's just a lot of changes for you when it comes to work. Not only this full moon in Aquarius is in your 10th house, we have this grand trine of Pluto retrograde. It's trining Mars in your 6th house, and it's trining Uranus in your 2nd house. So here we have a huge change in your work. So for some of you, it's an idea of something you want to do, because Pluto wants you to make these drastic changes, okay? It could even lead to quitting a job and then getting a new job. Or, getting your dream job. And you kind of have to put some of your own empowerment into that, right? Because we have Saturn opposing Mars in the 6th house, and it's saying like you have to remove the subconscious blocks that are holding you back from getting the job that you want, okay? But don't go too fast, because also Mars is in your 6th house in Libra, and it could unbalance your health. So make sure to go not too fast. Take it easy. Your communication skills, Taurus, are off the chart. Seriously. We have Venus and Jupiter in your 3rd house, right? And Jupiter expands everything it touches. And for you, it's in the area of communication. So if you're doing some kind of job interview, and like I said, we have Mercury retrograde. So wait for signing the contract until after. So wait until a week after, okay? It's going to station direct on the 10th. but your communication skills are insane. Like, people are going to be super drawn to what you have to say. You can really feel the information. We're talking about Cancer here. Cancer is about emotion. So feeling the information, and there's going to come a lot of wisdom from you. So if you're in a job of communication, or you're a writer, or you're writing something, this could be a huge breakthrough. Same as if you are in tech, or you're a scientist, or you're an engineer. These kind of jobs are gonna really deliver good results for you. Any type of online work. Um, if you're working in an NGO, or you're working in law, even, you could definitely see a lot of changes. Like, you could win a very difficult case. Um, and even if you would lose, it would lead to something else that you want to do, maybe. So whatever happens, because Pluto is very harsh, like, it's going to show you what you don't want. It's going to make you let go of it. Okay. Healing and beautiful conversations with your siblings, with your surroundings, like your neighbors. They could be telling you something that is very key for your growth. Okay. Look at that. I'm getting pause. So maybe this is the moment where you're like, you know what? I'm going to just breathe. I'm going to enjoy. Some of you are definitely going on a trip, like maybe a trip nearby, like go to the beach, go to the lake, maybe go somewhere with the car, like a day trip or a weekend trip, and just pause, because sometimes that's all you need in order to move on. Like, maybe you need to forgive someone. Okay. Could be someone in the family that you need to forgive. So work is going to change according to that, because there is space. Like, when you hold on to a lot of anger, or it's hard to feel happy sometimes when you hold on to so much anger. That's why they say forgiveness you don't do for others, you do it for yourself, because it's hindering your happiness, really. If you're angry all the time, and I've been in this place where I was so angry, so many things make me angry. um there was a lot of unfairness, and the first thing you do is like going into victimhood. And then I realized, I'm the one that has to lead my life. So I have things in my control, or in my inner power. I can change things for the better. And when you forgive yourself and you accept certain situations the way they are, it's going to create a lot of space for new things to come. Optimism, look at that. There's just so much optimism coming in. And we have your North Node in the 11th house and Jupiter in the third. So if you're doing any kind of online presentations, or a workshop, or you're on YouTube as well, you might be having a really big breakthrough moment. You could make like almost like a viral video, something that you say just clicks with people. Yeah, but there could be some miscommunication with your family, maybe even at work. But this is gonna lead you towards something better. We have Pluto in an opposition with Mercury retrograde. Even if you could have some trouble with like a landlord, maybe you are actually moving for work to a new place, and you just have to round up certain things, and there might be a little bit of miscommunication or difficult communication, or some kind of truths that come to the surface. So yeah, that would be my message for you, my amazing Taurus. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel, subscribe to it. I do private readings as well. You find my email in the description box below. And until next time, thank you so much. Let's move on to Gemini. So Gemini, Sun and Rising. This is absolutely amazing, right? Because we have this grand trine in air. And you also have, it really depends what degree your sun, moon, or rising are in. But if it's between 0 and 5 degrees, you will be like super impacted by this full moon. Okay. It's going to change many, many, many things. And you could really have a new path aligned for you. Okay. So we have Pluto in the ninth house. This is your higher communication, your higher knowledge, your higher, well, some of you communicate higher knowledge as well. And it could be, with Pluto in the ninth house, it could be that you come across a few teachers that are maybe not as they seem. And by researching that or experiencing that, you're going to look into the truth of things. Okay. You could be going on a trip that maybe, isn't what you wished it would be, but it gives you such a breakthrough that it's such an idea. If something doesn't work, for example, so you go on a trip and nothing works, and you would be like, if only they had this, that, and that. It's this kind of energy, and that turns into something successful because you just found out what people need. We have Jupiter and Venus in your second house. This is amazing for money. Okay, so income opportunities for you, especially Gemini rising, you have amazing opportunities for money. Now, the only thing is because Jupiter and Venus feel so good and so amazing that it can turn into overspending, overindulgence, that you overspend all the money that you're earning. So be very careful about that. But yeah, there could be some difficulty in a trip that is ultimately leading you towards a new path. Jupiter is in a trine with the North Node in the 10th house. So definitely there is some really beautiful alignment for you in work. Okay. Especially if you're in the creative fields, if you're in real estate or you're in art, spiritual fields, you're going to see massive results. Uranus in your first house is really, giving you lots of ideas, and it's sometimes hard to stick to one idea. So it's more of an experimental phase, okay? Letting yourself experiment different sides of your character, different ideas, different paths in life. So it might be feeling a bit restless, but it's, if you see different type of paths, you're going to have a lot of wisdom that you can gather. Like, I've been there, tried that, been there, tried that, and you're gathering all this information, and you might, you know, um, empower people for their own, like accepting their own inner rebel. Like, it doesn't always need to be a straight line. It can be a different paths, it doesn't need to be one thing. You can be free. Like, Uranus wants to experience freedom. And you can experience that by meeting maybe you have different groups you hang out with, right? And you find the people that resonate with you, especially with Saturn and Neptune in the 11th house. You're probably going to filter. You might be meeting a lot of people, but you're going to filter them and see like who you resonate most with. Okay. Mars is in the 5th house, so it could be, if you could get pregnant or expect a baby, just be very careful that you don't overdo things. Imagine going on a holiday and just doing a lot of movement, because Mars is not the best in Libra, but Saturn will hold you back a bit. But yeah, take it easy there. Prepare your trip, as in make sure that you communicate things well. If you're going on a holiday with your siblings, make sure that you yeah, agree on the same time that the one is waiting for the other one. It's just small things like that. So I'm getting love. So it's about time to love what you do. And you're also figuring out what is commitment to you. Okay, so this could be commitment to, because we do have the moon right in Aquarius in your 9th house, so maybe you're finding out what is God to you, what is the universe to you, right? And you just open TikTok and you see so many videos of people saying, no, it's this, no, it's that, no, it's that. So it's so confusing to hear so many perspectives and following all these rules of what things should be, right? So you have to figure out what God means for you, what beliefs mean to you, what the world means to you and what is the truth. You're going to do your own research, okay? And through that, you're going to figure out what is love to you and how would you like to be in a relationship? What is important to you? Because sometimes we're trying to like judge others for the choices they make, but you haven't been in their shoes and they have a different life experience than you. So I feel you're gonna feel this openness to explore whatever is that fits you right now, okay? You found it. So you're gonna find a lot of answers in that, okay? And there's no judgment there. It's just you're going to find what is true to you. And yeah, this is the energy of this upcoming full moon in Aquarius. It's an amazing time. It's really a breakthrough time for you. So put yourself out there and write in your journal all your ideas because you might be coming back to them if you cannot go back to them now, but they're really groundbreaking. Okay, so this is my message for Gemini. Thank you so much for watching. And if you like my channel, subscribe to it. I also do private readings. You find my email in the description box below. Thank you so much. And until next time, let's move on now to Cancer. So, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What a beautiful time this is going to be for you. You have Jupiter in your sign and Venus in your sign, and it's in the first house. So, this makes you super duper duper magnetic. Okay, you're going to have this huge magnetism. So, this is a beautiful alignment for self expression, for self-love, and because you are so okay with who you are, um, you might attract love as well around this time, okay? This full moon for you is going to be in the eighth house. So here, going from the amazing stuff to maybe a bit the boring things, but it's really about money management. It's about organizing your finances, your paperwork, and any kind of mistake that has been made, for example, in any kind of organization with, yeah, any kind of paperwork. It will come to the surface now and it needs to be readjusted, it needs to be resolved. But yeah, you might even get some money back from that. You have to maybe spend some time in it, but it's going to be resolved. Okay, we have this ground trine in air. Mars is in your fourth house. Pluto is in your eighth house, right? And Uranus is in your 12th house. So this is a very spiritual alignment, I would say. So, watch your dreams, first of all. You could get a very prophetic message in your dreams on what cycles you need to heal in order to move on. We're talking about Pluto in the eighth house. This is really like shredding skin, it's about peeling an onion. This is happening in your life right now. And you're going to be so optimistic about it. And you just feel like that's the right thing to do, the right way to go. So it will really help you, okay? You might have some tension in family and work, but it's maybe temporarily because you're working on something else. Or that it's this feeling of I have to sacrifice hard work now, like working hard, because ultimately it's gonna give this, that, and that back to me. So maybe you're working hard to get more money or to get a different position. And, this is what Saturn is often asking from you. It's like, hard work, and you're going to get stuff in return back to you. Okay. Watch out for self-indulgence. So, too many cakes, sweets, too much things like that. It could expand also your weight in the first house. So, just be soft on what you eat, and you're going to be absolutely fine. Definitely good for you to have a swim, take a bath, relax, treat yourself. I just say don't overindulge, but definitely indulge a little bit during this full moon because you kind of deserve that, okay? So we have also the North Node in the ninth house. So it could be that some of you are going to make a trip that maybe you want to study something abroad, do some workshop related to spirituality, higher education, or even you start to learn a new language. You could be coming up with that right now. So beautiful changes, some tension, but this tension, is necessary to overcome and go to the next step, right? Okay, let's go. Stress management. So there could be a lot of things that are on your path right now. But look at that. You have so much faith. You kind of know that, something good is happening. And this is what happened actually with Jupiter when it was in my first house. I was still in a job and I had so much stress because I was not happy. But I knew I have to stick it through. I just need a few more months and then things are gonna work out because you're very intuitive, Cancer. So you kind of know, like, if I stick to this a little bit longer, listen to your intuition with that, and it's gonna take off, right? Like it's your belief and love. So I kind of feel that you're going to have to stick to your intuition with this and feel when is the right time to take this leap of faith. Like some of you want to take a leap of faith, okay? And maybe you're gathering your money, you're seeing how much money you have, maybe you're saving money. Just make sure that you're well informed when you when you do certain investments, because Pluto can bring a little bit of scammy energy, okay? People that are offering you things that are too good to be true. Um, this is also about rounding up stuff from family situations, like court cases, like any type of divorce, family disputes, maybe a dispute with your landlord or, a homeowner. And this could be getting an end result right now, okay? Could be ended around this time. Um, yeah, so that would be my message for you, my amazing Cancer. Thank you so much for being here. If you like this video, if you like this channel, subscribe to it. I also do private readings. You find my email in the description box below. I'm wishing you all the best. Let the universe shine all this abundance onto you. It's a very abundant time for you, okay? Even if tension comes, it's all going to be ultimately for many blessings right now. So thank you so much for being here. Let's move on to Leo. So Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. First of all, happy birthday to my lovely, lovely Leos, Leo Sunshines. This is a good time for manifestation. So if your birthday is on the 9th, it would be good to manifest. And it's definitely going to have even more impact right now. So Mercury retrograde is on its last day in your sign. So all the bit of fogginess in your mind or, not being 100% clear on certain things is going to dissolve. So if anything intense happen in a relationship, romantic relationship for some of you, the truth will come out during this full moon. We have Mercury retrograde in an opposition with Pluto in your 7th house. So any kind of truth that you were waiting for is going to come to the surface around this time. We also have this grand trine in air. So Pluto is in your 7th house. We have Mars in your 3rd house, and we have Uranus in your 11th house. So, this is about communication. This is about maybe if you're in a business partnership, right? Like maybe you need to resolve something together. You're either going to separate or you're going to continue, but your friends are going to be really good support. Maybe you're really attracted to out of the box type of friends right now, a little bit of rebels or people that are just a bit out of the system. And these friends might show you different perspectives that you need at this time. Now we have this very spiritual alignment because Jupiter and Venus are in your 12th house, okay? And this can activate some past life luck, okay? Things, good abundance from past lives. It can also just be in the form of massive healing. So if you have any type of traumatic experience, because we have the North Node in Pisces in your eighth house. So Jupiter is trining the North Node and it's going to come closer this month. So whatever trauma you've been through, it can actually kind of get out of your body, can be released. So if you do any kind of hypnotic work, meditation, things like that, you can actually let go of a massive trauma that maybe was holding you back, right? Maybe it's holding you back in the things that you want. So partnerships could be a bit up and down right now. This is really this type of make or break energy. So you're either going to come closer together and it's going to be better than ever, or it's going to be a bit of a power dynamic. Okay. So even if you meet someone new right now, make sure this person is empowering you and not manipulating or controlling you. Okay. So, but whatever is happening, the truth will come out during this time. If you're traveling, make sure to plan everything well. We have Mars. We have Mars. I don't know if you hear that. I think Zoom is actually canceling noise. So that's a good thing. um, So Mars in the third house is making you kind of like spicy with your communication, but Saturn in the opposition is gonna kind of restrict that. Okay, so you want to maybe talk about something, but Saturn is like, okay, wait a minute. You first have to think about this. First, think about it, do research, same with your study. If you think like, I'm going to quickly finish that, Saturn is like, no, 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 no. You have to do a little bit more research and you have to look into your books. You have to do research first and then you're going to finish it. So if you need to ground yourself, go into nature, put your feet on the ground so you can finish it. Okay. It's making it a little bit harder, but at the same time, you will end up with something brilliant. I'm getting heaven is watching over you. Here we go. So, like I said, don't compromise. Heaven is watching over you. So, sometimes the first thing that's being offered, may it be work, may it be a relationship, whatever your situation, don't compromise if it doesn't feel right. Because sometimes we do something and we know it's not right for us, right? I've been guilty of that as well, that my mind wanted it so bad. I really want this to happen with my head, but your intuition is telling you, you know what? It doesn't feel good. How do you know that? Well, this is a beautiful card to describe it. If you feel peaceful about a new decision, about a relationship, if it feels peaceful, it is the right path. This is the best way to check something. Is something peaceful for you? If it is peaceful, it's good. If it doesn't feel peaceful, maybe it's not the right thing, right? And we all have hiccups in our life or things that don't work, but you shouldn't be on eggshells all the time. That doesn't feel like something that is aligned with you, right? So you're readjusting. This is a time for meditation for you. This is a time to really reconnect. And if you are a nurse or you're in a working in hospital, you're working in a prison, there might be actually some new job opportunities. If you're an artist and you can channel, and if you never channel, you might channel with this placement of Venus and Jupiter, you might be creating your best work so far, okay? Because this alignment opens your channels and it can give you such a beautiful piece of work. So keep keep going. If you're any type of artist, right? Like I'm not just meaning like making a painting, it's like any kind of artist. You might be getting like really breakthrough work, right? Even if you make furniture or you make handicrafts, it might be so beautiful right now that you didn't know you had it in you. And it could be true channeling. Like some people say, I don't channel, but it's like you're working and you're so in the flow that you just know what to do. isn't that channeling? This is just like being in the flow of the divine, and it makes you do so many beautiful things, right? So spend some time alone and let the universe show you what it is that you can create, what you need to do, because right now it's really beautiful time for that. So let your artistic expression take flight. Maybe you want to write about things, and these things you first do for yourself. It's not even maybe for the public. You're just first gonna do it for you, and then next year, when Jupiter is in the first house, you can take this leap of faith and say, you know what? Maybe this is so good. I want to show this to the world. Okay. So that's my message for you, my amazing Leos. Thank you so much for being here. If you like my channel, give it a thumbs up or subscribe to it. I also do private readings. You find my email in the description box below. And until next time, thank you so much, Leo. Let's move on to Virgo. So, Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. This is such a good time for you, okay? Especially when it comes to your career. So, we have this full moon in Aquarius in your sixth house. Now, the only thing I would say is that Virgo, it's time for watching your health. Okay, we have Pluto in the sixth house, and it's opposing Mercury retrograde. So it's about introspection on why certain illness or disease or just discomfort is in your body. And you know what I like to do? Sometimes I ask my body, why do you feel tension there? Or why you can do that in a meditation. And then you ask a question, and very often you get an answer. You can get like a paper and you can write it down. Now, I am a pro science as well. I love those two together. Ideally, we would work with spirituality and science together, but go to the doctor if you need any kind of, if you feel any kind of discomfort that doesn't feel good to you, do go to the doctor. But work wise, amazing, Virgo. You have Jupiter and Venus in the 11th house. So if you have your own company or if you work in an international organization, if you work in real estate, like your career might really take off here. Uranus is now at 1 degree in your 10th house. Okay. It's trining Pluto in the sixth. Pluto retrograde, and it's in a trine with Mars. This grand trine in air is in all your work houses. So this is a time of empowerment. Okay, Mars though is in an opposition with Saturn, so be careful that if you earn more money, that you don't invest it in the wrong places. Do really good research if that's what you want to do. This is especially for Virgo rising, okay? But career wise, it might really take off. And it could be that even your health situation or something that is happening with your body, um, you know, you're going to change your lifestyle. You're going to change your diet. And this might change how you want to work. Maybe you're going to have a whole new way of working than how you did before, right? And a lot of you would like to work maybe online right now. It's a really good time for people who are in tech, work online. Um, yeah, could be new horizons opening up for you. It's a really good time for you, Virgo. It's time to have fun as well. Enjoy, spend time with your friends. But make sure to combine fun with the rest because the Sun and Mercury retrograde are in your 12th house. There might be some miscommunication though in the workplace or colleagues that, don't like certain situations. Like maybe things are going well for you and there might be some jealousy or some bad stuff or miscommunications that you relax before and then you're going to have a conversation. Okay, then you're going to talk. Oh, I love these cards that I just got. Look at this, healthful eating. What did we just talk about? A new diet. Okay. a new diet that's going to help you change your lifestyle for the better. Okay. It could be something really small, like maybe you're just going to eat less meat, or you're going to eat less cheese or less gluten, something small that's going to have a huge impact on your life. And then we have stress management. So a lot of things are happening for you, but I have play music. So listen to music. Some of you Virgos are even artists, okay, making music. If you're a DJ, this is a wonderful time actually. If you're making music or you're putting music online, great time. Okay? So if you're like stressed, make sure that you have enough rest. Sign from above, like a lot of you are having a lot of signs right now. We have Jupiter in your 11th house trining the North Node in the 7th. So it could be for some of you that you're gonna start working together with a friend, like you would hang out with a friend and you have such a good idea and you might be working together on something. At the same time, okay, this could be a new partner coming in. So if you're single and you would like to meet someone, you could definitely, in your friend group, or you're meeting a lot more people in your network. It's a really beautiful time to network. You might meet someone that is, you know, bringing in a new destiny for you. So keep your eyes open. Make sure you don't stay inside too much, because Jupiter and Venus are in Cancer, so it likes to be inside. You could host people in your house or have a housewarming, beautiful time, but also that you make sure that you go outside also to communicate, because yeah, if you want to meet someone, it's a good timing this month. Okay. So this is my message for you, my amazing Virgo. Thank you so much for being here. If you like this channel, subscribe to it. Also, I do private readings. You find my email in the description box below. And until next time, thank you so much. Let's move on to Libra. So here we go. Libra, sun, moon, and rising. So you're an air sign, and this is great news. Okay. This is fantastic news. We have a grand trine in air during this full moon. Okay. And then we have the full moon as well in Aquarius. So this grand trine exists of Pluto retrograde in your 5th house. We have Mars in your 1st house and Uranus in your 9th house. Okay. So you're going to have this drive to do stuff. Like, I want to do this, I want to do that. And it's in a trine with Uranus. So a trip might be bringing in new brilliant ideas. Some of you are going to travel and work at the same time, like a digital nomad, or staying somewhere for a longer time, and it could be in a different country, right? Or just traveling on the road and working. And you have Jupiter. Sorry, I have to finish first the grand trine. Then Pluto is in the 5th house. Okay, this is of creativity, and also your full moon is there. So you're gonna have some really breakthrough, brilliant new ideas that are gonna help you in your job. And it's just a lot going on for you, Libra. Like, it could be and meeting friends and creating things. You have Jupiter and Venus in conjunction in your 10th house. So work is brilliant right now. New work opportunities. Oh, I'm even slapping my microphone. That's how excited I am for you. So many good things happening for you. Okay. So go, really, if you want to apply for a job, we do have Mercury retrograde. It's almost over on the 10th of August, so wait another week until you sign anything, but it's a brilliant time to find new work. If you're in real estate, if you're a nurse, if you're in healing, any kind of doctor, holistic work, okay, this is all going to take off for you. If you're a yoga teacher, um make sure to make yourself known. Okay, you could be have creating a website for that, going online, right? You have the North Node in the 6th house in a trine with Jupiter this month. Fantastic for work. Okay. and you might feel like your health, like you're feeling better, like your health is improving. And that could be true, just letting go of how things should be and going more with the flow. Okay, the only thing I would say that could be a little bit difficult right now is relationships. Okay, because Saturn and Neptune are in the seventh house and they're opposing Mars. So this drive, this, you know, inner power that you're feeling might be a bit threatening for your partner, or your partner is in a different flow than you. You're in an outgoing flow. This person might be more in a serious flow, or you feel like the person is maybe restricting you a little bit. Like you want to be very free at this time and you want to express yourself. And yeah, this could lead to a little bit of disputes. If you're single, right? Either something very serious would work out, but like flings are difficult because Saturn likes commitment. You do have Pluto in the fifth house. So, yeah, there could be some third party things happening. I always say never accept being a third party. Okay. Never accept it unless you're open to it and you're okay with it. Right. But really okay with it. Not saying you're okay with it with your mind, but feeling it in your heart. Because I always say, who am I to judge what resonates with you, what lifestyle you want? But for most of my clients, they want just one person, okay? And they don't want to share or anything. So if you don't want to, oh, yeah, I'm sweating. It's so warm here, but it's okay. Don't accept being less, having less than what you deserve. Okay. So, because we think sometimes nothing better is coming or nothing better is out there for you. But isn't it better to have your dignity and to be completely okay with yourself than accepting something less than you deserve? Okay. So yeah, this is something to think about. And this maybe feelings that you're having, you can turn into art, you can turn into a message. It will help you with creative projects, anything that you're doing. But career wise, this is really your best time. So go out there. Maybe your friends are going to inspire you, but you will see who your true friends are right now when you're doing quite well. Okay. Emotions. So analyze your emotions. Like I said, what makes you happy? What is it that you need? Peaceful. And I had this with another sign. I don't know what sign it was, but I always say if you don't feel peace with someone, right? Like if you're in a relationship and you can't feel peace, that's hard because it's, you know, even the monks say, like, a true relationship is peace. And sometimes we have this idea that it needs to be intense and fireworks, and I need to be held and I need to be seen and I need to do, but very often this comes from a place of not loving yourself enough. So you need the validation from the outside. And this is where the misconception of twin flames comes in. And a lot of people go for the wrong people because they think it's the twin flame because it's supposed to be intense and I feel butterflies and my whole body is intense. But how can you do your work if you're going to feel like that day in, day out? How are you going to live and be your own full self? You need to be a whole being and your partner needs to be a whole being. And then you have peace. And it sounds boring, maybe, but at the same time, it's refreshing and you can do so much more creating from peace than from stress. Okay, look at that. I grabbed this card in the meantime. Don't compromise. Okay, Libra, make sure you don't compromise and get enough sleep because you're busy. You're very excited with so many things. Okay, but don't compromise, don't settle for anything less than you deserve, right? um Listen to yourself. And sometimes you really want something to work out, and we think that's it, right? And sometimes it's obsession, and we want this person to love us, but if someone who loves you, wants to be with you, that person will let you know. Like, if you would meet the love of your life, you're not gonna let that person go. Don't leave you questioning, hanging in there. Um, why would that person let you go with someone else? And if they want to come back, they will. And you just do your own thing and it will happen. Okay. So I know that some of you needed to hear this, but yeah, I'm wishing you all the best. Like, your career is just gonna flow. It's the best time. So I'm wishing you all so much luck, so much abundance. Thank you so much for being here. If you like my video, my channel, subscribe to it. I also do private readings. You find my email in the description box below. And until next time, bye bye, my lovely, lovely Libras. Let's move on to Scorpio. So, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We have this full moon in Aquarius in your fourth house. So, fourth house is related to your family. And, we have also a grand trine in air. And it starts with, we have Pluto retrograde in your fourth house. And this has been creating a bit of a difficult dynamic in your family situation, maybe even your living situation. If you're living with other people, it might have been a little bit more difficult than usual. It's also really healing your roots. And Pluto is in a trine with Mars in the 12th house and Uranus in the 8th house. So here you have this tension, and this tension brings in some kind of relief or release. So you can let something go that's been bothering you. Sometimes it's very unconscious or subconscious that you annoyed at something, or sometimes we don't even realize something is there until someone points it out or until something comes up. And this could be brought up in the workplace. Some miscommunication at work might trigger you to think like, wait a minute, this is something I've been through before. This is like a repetition of something that happened in my family before, because usually they show scenarios from your childhood and repeat them to show you what needs to be healed. And you're going to see that right now, okay? On the positive side, really, Scorpio, you have Jupiter and Venus in your ninth house. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time for traveling, especially if you have between, let's say, 10 degrees and 15 degrees Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You're going to have a trine with Jupiter and Venus. It's wonderful. It's giving you a boost, it's giving you confidence. So no matter what tension is coming up, you're going to have the wisdom, because Jupiter is in the ninth house and it's in its own sign here, in its own house, I mean. And this is giving you the wisdom to overcome any type of obstacle. Maybe you're going on a beautiful trip right now. If you want to travel overseas, or some of you even want to move abroad, you're looking for a place in a different country. This is a wonderful time to do that, okay? And Jupiter in your ninth house is trining the North Node in your fifth house, and it's gonna be in this trine for the whole month. It's brilliant, and this is helping you with creative projects. If you're a teacher, you're a spiritual teacher, teacher in general, like I said, you could be a language teacher, you could be, doing anything related to import and export as well, or real estate. Maybe you're selling houses abroad. This is a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant time for you. New belief systems. You could be getting like some kind of downloads that are leading you to the next phase in your life. So have a look, meditate, go to a meditation group. Because ninth house likes to be more in a group setting more often. And meditate together. Or if you meditate at home, just have a journal next to you because you're going to get new guidance. It's also a time for conception. So if you don't want children, be very, very careful on the 9th of August or the days around it, or I would say the whole month of August. So because it's a very, very fertile sign, Cancer. Jupiter is in Cancer, it's trining the North Node in the fifth house, destiny. So a new child that has, its destiny. So yeah, be careful with that. Or good luck. Mars is in your 12th house, okay? Not a time to run, run, run. Relax, treat yourself. Don't go too fast because Mars is locked in the 12th house. It doesn't have the full potential, the full energy right now. It's in an opposition with Saturn in your 6th house. So here we go. It's time for revising your diet, your lifestyle. If you have stress in the workplace, make sure your diet is good because your food is healing. Do sports, right? And Saturn is endurance. So, endurance sports like yoga, long walks, jogging, but not too extreme. That's what Aries wants. So maybe before you were someone that really liked like extreme sports, but Saturn here is kind of holding you back and saying, I want you to have certain endurance. So it could be like dancing, learning certain techniques. Um, that's so funny. Healthful eating, we just talk about it. It's gonna help you because there's a lot happening for you. Just be aware of self-indulgence. So healthy diet is important, even though you're having lots of fun. Then I'm getting mother. Okay. So there's something with your mother and generosity. So some of you are traveling with your mother, or you want to give something to your mom, or you're becoming a mom. And it could even be that you're spending more time with your kids and you're appreciating your own mom or your inner mom. Look, we have love here. So love flowing through you. Ninth house is also second marriage. So some of you are getting married for the second time, or you're meeting someone else, right? If you're divorced and you're single, you could be definitely meeting someone else. Could be on a trip. When you move abroad, for example, there could be like a nice new neighbor that interests your passion. Okay, so keep your eyes open, Scorpio. And yeah, if you get married, it's best to wait until Mercury retrograde is over. Same with work. Work changes best because on the 10th of August, it's already stationing direct. So you can definitely, yeah, wait a week more or less. After that, you're going to be free to go. But you can already look for stuff. If you want to change jobs or, you know, if you want to spontaneously get married, just make sure that you pick a little bit later than this full moon, okay? But you can definitely get proposed to around this time. So this is my message for you, my amazing Scorpio. Thank you so much for being here. Also, I do private readings, so check out my email in the description box below. And if you like this video or my channel, then subscribe to it. And until next time, thank you so much. Let me move on to Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For you, we have a lot of stuff going on, okay? And especially if you're between 0 and 5 degrees Sagittarius. We have a grand trine in air, okay? But together with your Sun, Moon, and Rising, we also have a grand trine in fire. So I'm going to explain that. And we have your full moon in the third house, okay? So a lot to do with communication, going on a trip, but make sure that you plan everything well during this trip. And some truths might be coming to the surface during your trip. Um, it could be a breakthrough moment for you when you're studying, but you could even find a mistake, for example, in maybe you're researching something and you're like, you know what? I'm really seeing something else. Like, correcting a certain mistake that you're seeing in already published stuff. And you're like, I researched it, and you're going to question it. And you might be saying, like, is this actually correct? So a lot of you are, you're very perceptive. And if you want to revise something or go over old books, old reports, things you have done, you might be seeing things you can improve also within your own life, right? Or within your own set of study or set of writing. Okay. Yeah, if you're traveling, make sure to get everything right, because there might be some miscommunication going on, or maybe some delays. Okay. So first we have the ground trine in air. So Pluto is in the third house. Again, this communication, what we were talking about. And it's trining Uranus in the seventh house, and it's trining Mars in your 11th house. Okay, so here we have a ground trine in those houses that are all related to communication between your friends and your partner. Maybe you're spending time together, and these might bring up some things that were hidden, bring up some new ideas, things you can do, or things you can study, or things you've overlooked, that maybe come up now. Okay, so breakthrough ideas that are really going to help you. Also, this could be that you're meeting someone new, but this could be someone completely out of the box, more quirky, older, younger. And it's like you're introducing him or her to your friends, and they're like, oh, this is different. It's uncomfortable, but at the same time, you know, they will be accepting eventually. So it's a tension that will find some kind of release. The tension is because the planets are Pluto, Mars, and Uranus. Okay. There aren't Venus and Jupiter. And, talking about Venus and Jupiter, they are in a conjunction in your eighth house. And this is a beautiful alignment for money. So money could be coming back from, let me get my hair up. It's very, very, very warm here. So, yeah, it's over here. Okay. So yeah, there could be money coming back from insurance companies, taxes. This could be related to an inheritance as well, like money coming in from an inheritance. Um, Whatever, it's an investment. People want to maybe invest in something you're doing, or invest in, getting a loan. Like if you want a loan for a house, you could be getting a loan right now. And because it's Jupiter in the eighth house in Cancer, and it's trining the North Node this month in the fourth house. So you might be getting a loan. Um, get it done. And yeah, this will be a nice surprise for you, right? And then we have also a ground trine in fire. If your ascendant is between 0 and, let's say, 5 to 7 degrees, and that would be in the fifth house with Saturn retrograde and Mercury retrograde in the ninth. So this is kind of an introspective time where maybe you have to look at your inner child. Like you might be going on a holiday and remember, maybe you're going back to a place where you've been before as a child, and things might be coming up, or you're spending time with family and you're just seeing things in a different perspective that might be very healing for you. Okay. Because we have Saturn with Neptune. Neptune can dissolve a lot of karma. So your inner child might get a huge healing here, seeing how things also can go. Okay. There could have been some miscommunication with your kids that might be, now there's time to talk with each other. Okay. I'm getting miracle and wise decision. So there might be some changes happening there, because we have a lot of destiny going on. We have a lot of miracles and a wise decision. So there might be a big decision that you're making that maybe you doubted, but this full moon is going to give you an answer. Okay. Then I'm getting retreat and triumphant. So it's time to retreat. It's time to rest. Yeah, sometimes resting is receiving, right? If you're going too fast all the time, it's not always the best. So you could literally go on a retreat. This is a good time. You will explore a lot of things within yourself, things that happen in the family, and you can give that a place. So you're ready for the next step. You're more confident. Optimism. So there's a high sense of optimism. Even though you face something difficult, there's a high sense of optimism for you. Okay. So, yeah, whatever happened, also, if there was some difficulty with your child, there could be some release or good news coming in from that side as well. So that would be my message for you, my lovely Sagittarius. If you like this channel, this video, subscribe to it. And also, I do private readings. You find my email in the description box below. And until next time, thank you so much, Sagittarius. Okay, so let's move on now to Capricorn. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So for you, we have this full moon in Aquarius in your second house, okay? And we also have a grand trine in air. So here we go. And there's a lot about your finances that maybe now need some optimization, need some revision, like things that maybe went wrong or weren't done very well regarding taxes, regarding any type of paperwork. Because Pluto is in your second house and it's opposing Mercury in the eighth house. Okay, it's retrograde. So there needs to be some revision. Is that done well? Do I need to maybe call an organization to get it all arranged? It could be have to do with, you know, I wanted to say something. Yes, like investments, check your investments. It's not really a time to start a new investment, okay? Because Mercury is still retrograde. It will station direct on the 10th of August, and then it's still good to wait some more time. On the good side, you have Jupiter and Venus in a conjunction in your seventh house. So if you're single, this is a very good time for love. Okay. So you can spend time with your partner, you can meet someone new, and it's really giving this lovey dovey time. Okay. So beautiful time for love. Single or in a relationship, time for love. Okay. And if you are single, also, this is a time for you to heal certain aspects that maybe were stopping you from meeting the right person. You have Cancer in your seventh house, you know, especially Capricorn rising. You're looking for someone that feels like home, someone that feels like family. Okay, we have this grand trine in air in your, you know, we have Pluto retrograde in your second house, which is trining Uranus in your sixth house and Mars in your 10th house. So there could definitely be changes in your work. Maybe you want to have a more free schedule. It could be that maybe you have to take care of a family member because Mars in the 10th house is opposing Saturn in the fourth. So there could be something in the family or something, you know, you need to take care of a house, you bought a house and you need to take care of that. So, it's maybe you need some more time off that you're gonna take or have a more flexible schedule, work more from home or work for yourself. You might even switch to work from for yourself so you have more time to support whatever is going on in the family or in, you know, in a house that you bought. Okay, be brave. Okay, a lot of new things. Um, yeah, you could be taking a small trip, like a weekend trip with your partner. We have Jupiter in the seventh house, trining the North Node in the third house. So you could even meet someone on a trip if you're taking that by yourself or with your siblings. Some of you are traveling with siblings. Sweetness, be sweet to yourself, okay? Like Capricorns can sometimes, you can be hard on yourself, right? You're ruled by Saturn, but it's also not a time to take, even if other things are stressful, that you take some time off and like relax a little bit. Allow yourself to relax, okay? Learning experience. The things that happen in our life are sometimes just a learning experience. So we know how to do things next time. They're all, I want to say, like everything is a walking lesson, a flowing lesson. And Mars in your 10th house, so be aware of what you say in the job as well, because Libra likes harmony and Mars is quite aggressive or can be really forwarding. So be careful with what you say, but I feel like your partner is really going to support you in what you can say, what you can do, really help you in that situation. Okay. Higher education. So whatever, yeah, maybe some of you are on the spiritual path and you're gonna put it into practice, right? We also have the moon in the second house opposing the sun in the eighth. So maybe you're looking into ways on how to manifest more money, or looking into breaking certain cycles so you can earn more. Like what belief system is holding you back, because the second house is also about how you value yourself, and maybe there's something in it that you think you're not good enough, or you might seem confident. Like sometimes you see people that are really confident, but deep down they don't believe that they have the skills or the right mindset to get it done. So you can heal that right now, okay? But best time for love. Um, Take it easy. Things can be a bit stressful, but take it easy. Treat yourself very well. Go a weekend away with your partner, otherwise with your siblings, your friends, or alone, and open your eyes for love, because this is really an amazing time for love for you, Capricorn. Thank you so much for being here. This was my message for you. If you like my channel, this video, subscribe to it. I also do private readings. You find my email in the description box below. And until next time, let's move on to Aquarius. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So for you, we have a lot going on because we're going to have a grand trine in air, okay? Besides this full moon in Aquarius. So this is all about you looking at your identity and seeing how you can appreciate yourself even more, because we have Pluto retrograde in the first house. So it's really requiring you to channel your inner power. Okay, it's retrograde, it's going inward. How you can find your inner power no matter what the situation on the outside, because Pluto is in an opposition with Mercury retrograde. There might be some truths coming out regarding a partnership, regarding a business partnership. This might be good or this might be bad, but this message is gonna allow you to let something go, let a certain situation go. Okay. And Pluto is trining Mars in the ninth house, and it's trining Mars is trining Uranus in the fifth house. Okay. This is a very creative time for you. You might be having this sudden, super creative ideas, and you could even, you know, win something small, win some money, or have an extra bonus on work, right? Because we also have Jupiter and Venus in your sixth house. Jupiter's trining the North Node in your second. So you might get more money, like more money is coming in, and you might, yeah, treat yourself on a trip, or, yeah, uh, there's some kind of breakthrough happening that you can use for your creative project. And if you are a teacher of some sorts, you might be having this really like this passion for teaching again, and find new ways on how to teach. Maybe you want to change the way you're approaching things. And you could be a teacher, but even a manager, or if you work with people, sometimes you're also teaching, right? So Jupiter and Venus are in the sixth house, and this is related to your work, your day-to-day routine. So you might feel a bit sluggy, lazy, more than usual. And it's also watch out for sweets and things like that, because the sixth house can expand also the body, right? And it's about food. So make sure to eat well. You can, of course, go for dinner and treat yourself and eat a bit too much. That's absolutely fine. But, not too much the whole month. It's just what I'm saying. But also, there might be some good news there regarding your health. So if you had a certain illness or discomfort or something like that, there might be some healing coming in. You might be feeling better, more uplifted than before. Okay. If you don't want to get pregnant, because we have Uranus in the fifth house, could be very unexpected. So if you're traveling and Mercury retrograde makes you a bit foggy in the mind and you forget like whatever it is that's protecting you from having children, just be very careful, okay, around this time. But it's time to stand up for yourself, but in a way that is empowering. Not because I always say it's important that with Pluto in the first house that you find inner power, because if you don't find that within yourself, sometimes you want to have the control on the outside, right? This is also for the people you meet. Like if they control or manipulate, it's because they feel they cannot, it's a fear. So they probably got so traumatized that they're so scared things are going wrong. They feel out of control in their body. So they need to control the outside to make sure that that trauma is not repeating itself. And if you say it like this, it changes everything, doesn't it? It changes a lot. So, new job, just wait until after Mercury retrograde. It could just be that you're having so much fun with your colleagues. Maybe you're having a dinner with your colleagues after work or like a lunch and you're just having such a good time together. Okay. Practice makes perfect. So there might be certain skills that you are perfectionating. I don't even know if that's a word, but sounds really fun. Making things more perfect, working on your skills, because Aquarius, you might have a new vision or on where you would like to be. Okay. A new vision that might be coming up. This is a very breakthrough moment at this time. Okay. Um, are you on the right path? Are you doing what you love? Or do you have a different vision for yourself? Right? This grand trine might really open up new ideas for you, a new vision that makes you happy and successful in something. Retreat. Sometimes all we have to do is relax in order to see more clearly what you need to do next. Okay. So, step by step, you will know what direction to take in your relationships, but also in your workplace and with yourself, because you yourself, your identity is getting a huge change. Things might, your looks might change, your body is changing, and this is for you to trigger you into the best version of yourself, okay? Pluto wants you to be the best version, but all the underworld and things that don't serve you need to come out. And how do they come out? Through projecting in the outside world. So you will meet people that are going to project the things that you need to heal. Okay. This could be the opposite of what you need to heal or the same thing. Okay. So they are your mirror. They bring in the lessons and Pluto brings them in hard. They bring them in hard. Okay. But it brings the biggest growth of your life. So that's my message for you, my amazing Aquarius. It's a life-changing full moon for you. Definitely. You're going to see things in a completely different light. Wishing you all the best. And also, if you want to book a private reading with me, my email is in the description box below. You can have a look at my website and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. And until next time, let's move on to Pisces. So Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So this full moon in Aquarius is going to be in your 12th house. And 12th house has to do with, everything behind the scenes. This is about your spiritual journey, how you connect with the divine, okay? And also simply just resting sometimes and letting go. And when you let go, new ideas might be flowing into your life because Pisces, we have a grand trine in air. So Pluto is in your 12th house, okay? And it's trining Mars in the 8th house and Uranus in the 4th house. So some of you are going to move unexpectedly. Be careful with signing contracts. It's almost stationing direct, Mercury. It will station on the 10th of August, but I would wait until a week after. We have a bit of a shadow period, okay? So you might be moving for work. It could be that you're just gonna kind of free flow, that you're gonna live in different places. Um, be careful with money, not overspending money on housing, on maybe traveling or an investment that looks better than it is, okay? Because Saturn is in the second house and it's opposing Mars in the eighth house. So here it's like, maybe you want to invest in something or you want to get stuff, I need this insurance, that insurance, that insurance. Do your research first. Saturn is holding you back and saying, okay, before you choose an electricity company that you want to be with, or before you choose any type of insurance for your car, make sure to compare, make sure that you pick the right one, okay? It's also a time for saving money, not spending too much, but you can donate small amounts once in a while because Neptune is there. Neptune loves to give, right? And Saturn loves that it's good for your karmic burning karma. So sometimes give a little bit to charity, whatever that resonates with you, whatever you can lose, right? This is also about maybe having less stuff. Maybe you want to get rid of some stuff, like minimalism. Like I want to get rid of some clothes. I want to get rid of some things that I have. I want to sell it. I just want to have less materials. Okay. And now we're going to the good stuff, Pisces, I promise. Because you have Jupiter and Venus in your fifth house. And Jupiter is also trining North Node in your first house. So a very good time now for love, creativity. If you want to have children, now is the time. Very fertile time, okay? Uh, it's also fertility of new projects. So whatever you have in mind, it's like you have so much fun. This is time to have fun, and this inner child is coming to life. It's coming to the outside, and because you're gonna carry like this childlike energy, it's gonna bring so much creativity out of you, right? Even spending time among children will be so beneficial for you. Like sitting children, and they can inspire you in so many ways. Even your own children, if you have them, they can really teach you so many beautiful things right now. If you're single, you know, open your eyes because you can definitely meet someone, especially if you have a rising between 10 and 15 degrees. You have a trine with Venus and Jupiter, so this is amazing for love. Okay. And otherwise, just spend time with your partner, spend time with your family, your friends. Um, we have the South Node in Virgo. The South Node is bringing back maybe someone that you've already met in the past, so you could reconnect with someone. This could simply be someone from a past life, okay? It also cuts off what is no longer serving you. So even if you would be dating people, they will come, and the South Node is like, no, 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 this is not it. It will kind of cut that off sometimes, okay? But the right person will definitely stay, and then it will be the right one. Activist, look at that. So some of you are, you feel like really generous, like you want to share, things, having faith. Okay, so your strong faith is going to bring a lot of luck to you right now. A lot of luck. You're a leader, and I'm getting learning experience. So we have Mercury retrograde in the sixth house, opposing Pluto in the 12th. So it could be that there might be some miscommunication with your colleagues. Okay, be aware of that. Some truths that might be coming out that maybe aren't the nicest to hear, but or things about your figure or things that are sad that you don't really like. But leave it as a learning experience to see how much you value yourself, because it's their opinion and it's not yours. Um, yeah. And it will be very healing for you to use that as a way to transform. Okay. Believe. So it's time to believe in yourself, Pisces. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you so much. Ooh, nee, no, nee. Nee is very Dutch. I'm Dutch, by the way. Some people ask. And I used to speak a lot of English all the time, but my partner is Dutch, so we speak Dutch a lot. And sometimes I'm switching to Dutch again. And I forgot my own language. Like when I was living abroad for so many years, and I always had like people around me that were from different countries. I forgot my like some words. I never thought that would happen. But yeah, now I'm just like switching because all these languages are compartmentalized in my brain, and yeah. Anyways, vivid dreams, okay? Psychic insights, vivid dreams are definitely going to happen for some of you, okay? So listen to your intuition. And your dreams are, if you want to become like a shaman or something, this is a really good time. You're going to have insights into the unknown. Some of you might definitely open up in the upcoming years, even. So, that's my message for you. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate you. And if you like my channel, you want to support me, subscribe to it. And also, you can find my email in the description box below. If you're interested in a coaching program or a reading, you can always contact me. So, thank you so much. And until next time.